Hello, and welcome to our last full moon meditation of 2020. Thank you for joining me here in the Yoga Goddess Support Circle. Welcome, welcome. It's our last, not only our last full moon meditation of the year, but the final worldwide womb blessing of 2020. So, thank you all for joining me today. Um, Welcome, welcome. I'd love to know who's here, who's joining us. And if you want to say hello, please write in the comments where you're joining us from. And as we get started, um, you know, it's been quite an interesting year wherever you've been in the world. I'm sure it's been nothing like you expected 2020 to be. So, of course, today, as we're gathering under the full cold moon, as we usher in winter in the Northern Hemisphere and say goodbye to this crazy 2020 year that I don't think any of us expected to be the way it was. Um, I'd love for us to spend some time looking back at 2020. So I see some people saying hello. Hi, Emily from Pennsylvania. Welcome. Elena, hello from Florence. Welcome. Lorianne from Long Island, New York. Welcome. Capney from Toronto. Welcome. It's so lovely to see all of you. Hi, April from Montreal. Welcome. And Suzanne from Lake Worth, Florida. I'm in Toronto, Canada, for those of you who are new to the Yoga Goddess Support Circle. And my name is Zara Haji. And I want to welcome you all to our meditation, our final meditation for 2020 under the full moon. And today is the full cold moon. And we're also gathering today to meditate with a network of women, of over 200,000 women, in fact, with Miranda Gray's Worldwide Womb Blessing. Welcome, everyone. Welcome from Barcelona, from Boston, Pamela from New York, Stephanie from Maryland, Amy from South Africa. Welcome. It's wonderful. And hello, Heidi in Prescott, Ontario. Lovely to have all of us gathering today. Hi, Tabitha. And so, part of what I would love to invite you all to do as we get ready to wrap up this more than exceptional year, um, I read something beautiful yesterday from my favorite card deck called the Moon Deck about writing a letter, writing kind of a goodbye letter to 2020. And also looking at what we're thankful for. Because even though it's certainly been a challenging year for each of us in our own way, whether you, like me, live alone, and so a different kind of isolation than being isolated with the people you live with in your home and not having any alone time. Yeah, Tammy, I love the moon deck too. Um, so, you know, we all have faced different challenges, um, changing how we react and relate, I mean, with the world around us. Hi, Francisca, welcome. I think from Switzerland or Sweden, I can never get it straight. And it's been one of those years that has forced us to do like a deep reckoning, a deep look in the mirror, whether we've wanted to or not. All of the alone time and the lack of interaction with the world around us has really prompted a deep looking at ourselves, a deep looking inward, and forced us, I think, to look at the deeper, maybe even shadowy parts of ourselves that often they these parts lie hidden below our conscious awareness, um, in part because we're often too busy, um, and engaged with the world around us to really let that stuff float up from the unconscious into the conscious mind. And if you're a menstruating woman, then for sure, in the premenstrual phase, that's when we get to have all of that stuff rise up from our unconscious into our conscious awareness. And what we do with that is very personal to each of us. But this year, it's felt like a really long premenstrual phase, right? Like the energy of the enchantress feels like it's lasted all year long. And the enchantress, like the fall and like premenstruation and like the um, waning moon into darkness, is is this pull inward to look at ourselves, to look at what's not working in our lives. And that kind of happened on a really grand scale collectively, looking at what's not working anymore. And a lot came up to be looked at in our collective consciousness in how we relate to the world around us. And so as we've all almost been forced to take a really long look at ourselves, um, in the mirror, and really sort of, um, it almost felt like to me, almost like we had to like take a look at the uglier parts of ourselves, the parts that we often try to push away and avoid. And in all of the stillness and in all of the aloneness and not being able to be engaged with the outside world, um, it's been it's been tough. It's been hard to be engaged in such deep work for such an extended period of time, right? It wasn't just a few months or a few weeks, but this entire year since March has really turned kind of topsy turvy. So, in that, as hard as it's been, for I think for all of us, in that I would love for you to consider, what have the blessings been for you? Because part of the gift of the enchantress phase is helping us look at what we're committing to change in our lives. And because this year has been almost like feels like a whole year of enchantress energy, of taking a deep, long, hard look at ourselves and what's not working in our lives personally, in our communities, in the collective, um, we get to then look at what change we're initiating in our lives. And that's the beauty, I think, of winter. Winter time is that time of the year where the seeds of potentiality are hidden under the surface of the earth, right? And they're there dormant. And and we don't expect that spring will never come. In fact, we definitely anticipate that there will be this reemergence of life come the spring. But we have this period, this pause of winter, yes, to slow down, Emily, and to look at what we're committing to change and give ourselves a chance for those commitments to take root. And so that's what my invitation is for all of us this winter. Oftentimes we enter the new year with this resolutions that we need to like get started with on January 1st. And actually, that's not the energy of the crone or the wise woman. I love what you said, April. April says, winter is one of my favorite seasons, a time to really stop and check in with ourselves and our lives. Indeed. And that's what my invitation is as we enter into 2021, to really take a step back and check in with ourselves. and check in with our lives and take the winter, the whole winter, in fact, to get really clear about what seeds of intentions that are sort of um, hibernating under the earth and pulsing with life. What are we committing to that can blossom with the first buds of green in the spring? So, in part of that reflection, I invite you to be with both the hardships and the challenges of 2020 and the gifts that may have arisen from those hardships and challenges, and allow that to inform what you're committing to as we enter 2021. What are you committing to changing in your lives? I'll share some questions with you at the end of the live cast, because Miranda's transmission starts in just a few minutes. So I want us to be ready for that transmission. But I'll give you these reflection questions at the end. And if you're on our email list, we'll be emailing you along with the replay those reflection questions of entering into 2021. If you're not on our email list, please go to yogagoddess.ca and sign up. You'll also have a chance after the live cast to sign up if you're not already on the email list. Okay, so let's get ready to receive the energies of the worldwide womb blessing. We need a candle, so 2 bowls ideally, 1 bowl with water, 1 bowl with a tea light candle. If you have a shawl, ideally, I'm using a sweater today, and I might put my shawl kind of across my lap. So do what feels right to you. Miranda says a shawl is sort of a symbol of wrapping yourself in the arms of the feminine, of the divine feminine. So if that resonates for you, Miranda Gray is the originator of the Worldwide Womb Blessing, one of my teachers, beloved mentors, and who I learned how to give a personal womb blessing to as well. Today we're doing the worldwide womb blessing, and women all over the world are gathering today in circles just like this one, especially now in COVID. We're one of the few virtual circles that existed before coronavirus, and now I'm sure everyone is in a virtual circle. So let's get ready to light our candles. If you don't have a candle, that's okay. You can tune into mine. So I invite you to take a moment to connect with the flame that we are lighting today here as we gather on the final full moon of 2020. And as we initiate each of our wombs, as we gather here today under this collective full moon energy and the worldwide womb blessing, that we are initiating this flame of the divine feminine in our wombs personally and in our wombs collectively. So putting that in a safe place, having your other womb bowl with water, wrapping yourself in your shawl if you like. Okay. And coming into a comfortable position, whether that is lying down or sitting up, wherever you are, go ahead and close your eyes. Start to take some deep cleansing breaths. And start to bring your awareness inward into your body. Feel your weight where you're seated or where you're lying down. Let your arms and hands relax, either on the floor or on your lap. Take a deep breath and feel centered within. Start to bring your awareness down into your womb space. See, know, feel, or imagine your womb is like a tree with two main branches that hold beautiful leaves and red jewel-like fruits on the ends. Feel or imagine that the roots of your womb tree grow down deep into the darkness of the earth, connecting you and anchoring you, allowing you to receive golden energy into your womb. Feel grounded and balanced within. Now allow the image of your womb tree to grow until the tree's branches separate at the level of your heart. As you connect with this image, see or feel your heart center open and the energy of love flow down your arms into your hands and fingers. Feel the connection of love between the earth, your womb, and your heart. Still in awareness of your heart, look up and see or feel your tree's branches reaching upwards to cradle a full moon above your head. The beauty of the full moon bathes you in a beautiful silver white light that washes through your aura and over your skin. Open to receive the light of the moon. Allow it to enter through your crown and fill your brain with light. Relax further and receive this light into your heart. Relax even further. Open your womb and receive this energy into your womb in blessing. for the next about 13 minutes. I'm going to sit quietly and continue to receive the transmission of the worldwide womb blessing energy that's being transmitted through the network of Moon Mothers and Miranda Gray all over the world who are right now sending the energy as we receive it. Just relax, breathe, and receive. Imagining the full moon above your head. The beauty of the full moon bathes you in her pure silver white light. That washes through your aura and over your skin. Open to receive this light through your crown into your heart and into your womb in blessing. your mind wanders, gently bring your awareness back to your womb tree roots, to the moon above, and the energy of the moon pouring into your womb. If you're not a visual person, just feel or imagine yourself being bathed in the light of the moon, and this light pouring through your crown into your heart and into your womb. you like. Take a deep breath and reconnect with your womb tree roots. Follow them down into the earth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes and smile. We're going to continue now with the sharing meditation. So if you've never joined us before for the Worldwide Womb Blessing, there's a series of different meditations that I'm guiding you through. The next one is the sharing meditation. So you can close your eyes again. Take a deep breath. And once again, become aware of the moon above your head. And allow this energy of the moon to bathe you with light. Feel the light fill your head and your heart and flow down your arms into your hands. Allow the energy to flow from heart and hands into the world. Feel this energy flow out into other lands. Changing the vibration into one of the divine feminine. Feel it healing, loving, soothing, and nurturing the whole world. Feel the presence of all the other women around the world who are connecting with this energy at this time. Send it to them. and receive it from them in love, sharing, and communion. Now allow the energy of the moon above to flow from head to heart to womb and down into your land. Let the energy awaken and heal the sacredness of the land and the goddess in the land. Bring your awareness back into your body and grow your womb tree roots deep into the earth. Take a deep breath Wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes. Okay. Just checking in to see how everyone's doing. We're about halfway through. So as I mentioned, the Worldwide Womb Blessing is a series of meditations. And with each season, we have a different archetype meditation as well. So last month we did the healing the mother ancestors. Not last month, but the last time we did the Worldwide Womb Blessing. And today we're going to do the Circle of Sisters meditation. Ideally, you want 3 ribbons for this meditation. And we're going to be tying these ribbons to a cord. So if you have a string that you can, I'll show you mine. So just grab it. To get up. So we're going to be ideally making a prayer cord like this one. And we're going to tie ribbons on the cord. So if you have something like this that you can grab quickly, then we're going to do that as our final meditation. I forgot my ribbons, so the new ribbons. So what I might do is retie some of the ones I have here. Or I might go grab, you know what, I'm going to go grab my bag of ribbons, and that'll give us all a chance to, if you have something like this, to go and get it. And let's do that. Can't press pause, but let's go grab, if we have supplies to do that, let's go do that. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay. So of course I have a handy bag of ribbons that I keep. You may or may not have that. Don't worry if you don't, because I will tie the ribbons on everyone's behalf. Oh, okay. All right. So before we do that, though, let's see. Just take a look at this. Okay, let's just do a quick Earth Yoni blessing. It is the end of the year and the final Worldwide Womb Blessing. So let's also do the Earth Yoni blessing before we do the Circle of Sisters meditation. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll make the Earth Yoni Mudra. So the Earth Yoni Mudra is bring your hands together and your thumbs together and kind of press them between your hands. And we're going to just let our hands rest wherever feels comfortable. And so again, I'll show you the mudra. Hands together like a prayer, but then stick your thumbs between your palms, and that's the Yoni Mudra. So you can close your eyes and bring your awareness to your womb, your yoni, which is your vulva, your vagina, the area of receiving. So the yoni is used for both the vagina and the vulva and is considered a sacred shrine. It is the beautiful gateway through which energy from the earth enters our body, the gateway through which life emerges, and through which we connect to the earth. The yoni links the outside world with the inner darkness and spiritual center of our womb and grounds us in the earth. It is the physical shrine of the divine feminine in her aspect of young girl, adult woman, mature woman, and elder women. So, taking a moment to connect with your womb, your yoni, and to the earth. Breathe deeply here. See, know, feel, or imagine that you stand on a beautiful beach with the waves gently washing your feet. In front of you is a small sacred island covered in ancient trees. Winding upwards between the trees is a rough path beside a small stream. You hear the noise of the stream as it flows in little waterfalls among the boulders. You follow the path upwards, aware of the earth beneath your bare feet, the gentle energies of the trees, plants, and animals around you, and a warm, gentle sunlight. You relax as you climb and feel the sacred connection between your yoni, life, and the earth. The path ends at the source of the stream, which is a small shrine between two huge boulders. You see the water emerging from the opening of the shrine of the Earth Mother. And you feel the presence of her love surround you. You enter the circular shrine, and a single high window of stained glass fills the space with beautiful colors. You see plants, animals, and birds outlined in the glass. In the center of the space is a large circular bowl with a long lip from which the waters of the bowl flow down to create a stream. You sit on a beautiful decorated cushion in front of the bowl. Feel your yoni open, an energy awakening within it. Your heart, your yoni, and your womb all fill with the goddess's energy and deep love. Your heart, your yoni, and your womb fill, all fill with the goddess's energy and deep love. Cup your hands in your imagination and drink from the waters flowing from the bowl. As you drink, make a commitment in your heart to the Divine Mother that you will pass her blessing on to other women. Feel gratitude for the deep connection she has made with your heart, with your yoni, and the earth. Bring your awareness now back to your physical body. Feel the weight of your body. Take a deep breath and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Open your eyes and smile. Okay, so our final meditation, I don't know about you all, but I'm really feeling it today. Either there's lots of women meditating all together, or this energy has really culminated powerfully, the divine feminine being anchored by so many of us, not just in our circle that's gathering today, whether here live or on the replay, but all the women worldwide who are gathering today, literally all over this planet. Feels really powerful. Okay, so let's finish with the Circle of Sisters meditation. And isn't that a perfect way to end this year with the Circle of Sisters, which we all are, in fact, today, a Circle of Sisters worldwide. So if you have a cord to use, you're going to grab that and tie it. I've tied the two ends together. You don't need to tie yours together yet, actually. So have one long cord if you have. Otherwise, we'll use mine. And I'm just going to untie my cord. If I can. Okay. So you're going to take your ribbons. Cut them if you need. They're really long. Of course, my scissors are not where they're supposed to be. Okay, I'll cut them later. Okay, so let's take the first ribbon. Take a moment to close your eyes, holding your first ribbon. Bring your awareness to your womb tree. Feel, know, see, or imagine there's a full moon above you, bathing you with beautiful silver white light. Place your hands over your ribbons. So all of the ribbons, if you have them, I will hold all of mine. I offer and say the following. I offer these prayers for all women, for the highest divine good, and in accordance with divine love. I offer these prayers for all women, for the highest divine good, and in accordance with divine love. I'm going to tie the first ribbon. I ask for all women that they awaken to their true female nature and to the presence of the divine feminine. I'll say it again. I ask for all women that they awaken to their true female nature and to the presence of the divine feminine. If you are holding your own ribbon, place your hand on the ribbon. Feel or know that deep in your brain shines a beautiful white star that radiates peace and awakening into the world. If you're doing this exercise with ribbons or just following along with me, tie your second ribbon to the prayer cord. And as we tie this one, I ask for all my sisters in the womb blessing family that they experience the loving presence of the divine feminine in their hearts. I ask for all my sisters in the womb blessing family that they experience the loving presence of the divine feminine in their hearts. Feel or know that your heart fills with pink light and radiates love into the world. And I'll tie the final ribbon for all of us. I ask for myself that my womb center opens and fills with the healing presence of the divine feminine. I ask for myself that my womb center opens and fills with the healing presence of the divine feminine. Feel or know that your womb fills with the strength and life, with strength and life, sensuality, and wholeness. Okay, if you are doing this exercise with me, we'll hold the two ends of the prayer cord, or I will be doing it on behalf of everyone. As we tie these two ends together, I ask that the divine feminine, through her love, to restore the circle of women in the minds, hearts, and wombs of all women. I ask the Divine Feminine, through her love, to restore the circle of all women in the minds, hearts, and wombs of all women. So I will be placing this back onto my altar. We will post the meditation here if you want to follow along. If you want to do the replay, do the prayer cord meditation again on your own. There is a final transmission happening today at 7 p.m. Eastern. So Miranda Gray, who lives in England, does a transmission 5 times a year. And there's a network of moon mothers all over the world that either choose to receive the energies at one of the times and transmit. So if you want to do the meditation, you can do all of this again or invite a friend to do it with you at 7 p.m. In terms of the prayer cord meditation, that's specific to this month only. So if you want to practice that one and do it again, you need 3 ribbons and a cord, and you can tie 1 ribbon at a time, and we'll post the words to the meditation here as well. So as we end our worldwide womb blessing, what we want to do is drink our water. So part of the blessing we received, the water that we poured in our first womb bowl, is blessed. And we also want to eat something, definitely, and ground and celebrate our Worldwide Womb Blessing Day, the final full moon and the final womb blessing of the year. So let's grab our womb bowl water. My cord, Alicia, has many ribbons because I've done the meditation several times. So every time you tie more ribbons. All right, so let's drink our womb bowl water together in celebration of the final full moon and the final worldwide womb blessing of 2020. Cheers. So you can drink all of it or some of it. It's totally up to you. I like to drink it all. Feeling the blessings of not only the worldwide womb blessing, but the blessing of being gathered here all together in this virtual circle. We have over 5,000 women in this group. There's over 200,000 women who participate worldwide in the womb blessing every year. So it's such an honor and a privilege to be sharing space in this way with all of you. So final sip or 2. All right. So I hope that you'll join me again for the next Worldwide Womb Blessing, which I believe is in February. But before we go, I want to share I would actually love to hear from you first, what that experience was like for you. Because I found that this month, I really felt it potent. It was kind of hard to not get swept up in the energy and come back to you all between the meditations. So that's why I paused and broke it up so that we could take a moment and reconnect. So I'd love to hear from all of you what it was like to receive the Worldwide Womb Blessing. We did several meditations, right? So the Worldwide Womb Blessing was the one we started with. Then we did the sharing meditation. The Earth Yoni meditation followed. And then we finally ended with the Circle of Sisters. So I'll give you a moment to just gather your thoughts and your feelings and put that into words in the chat. Emily says, I felt like I deeply needed the connection to nature and to all of you. Oh, Emily, thank you. It's always a blessing to have um, our regulars like Emily join us. So thank you, Emily, for being here almost every month since we started. Alexandra says it was beautiful. Thank you, Alexandra, for being here. I feel like we had a mother and daughter join us. I'm wondering if it was with you. Holly says this is beautiful. Hello, Prilashini. Happy full moon to you. Alexandra says it's her first time. Yes, it can feel very advanced. We don't usually do this many meditations on the full moon, but the Worldwide Moon Blessing is a special one. Holly says, this is my first time participating, and it was so beautiful connecting with each of you and with spaces in my body that needed love. Oh, Holly, thank you. That's beautiful. Hi, Sony. Almost Happy New Year to you too. Beautiful. And Pamela says, magnificent. I'm happy to be able to be here with you. I feel refreshed. Thank you so much, Pamela, for sharing. Okay. Alicia says, I could definitely feel the energy. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you, Alicia. And Jackie says, I joined with my 14-year-old daughter. Very lovely. Beautiful. Okay, so I promised to share some reflection questions with you all. So I want to grab those for you. Okay, let's see. Where are they? Let me find them. Here we go. Okay, so as I was saying at the beginning of our meditation today, this is really an opportunity, the season of winter, to get really still and to ask ourselves, what do I want to change moving forward into 2021? And how am I committing to make that change? Right? So this is a reflection phase in terms of winter, similar to our menstrual phase, in our bleeding time of our cycle. And in the seasonal cycle of the earth, the winter is that time of pause and reflection. And it's really focused on feeling into ourselves and into our deep inner knowing. Okay, so we want to feel into the need for the change. Whatever it is that we're needing or wanting to change in the year ahead, we have this time of winter to see those intentions deep into the darkness of the earth and into the darkness of our womb spaces, which holds the birthplace of our intentions, right? And then using this season to commit to that change. So Miranda Gray explains it in her book, The Optimized Woman, which I really like, the way she puts it. She says, the more vividly we daydream during our reflective phase, whether that's menstrual, if you're in your period, lunar, if you're in the dark moon, or seasonal in the winter. And the more our feelings will be enhanced and the more real our imaginings become to our subconscious. So this is a time to dream our change in our minds into being. So we can practice and rehearse inside of our mind's eye what we want this change to, how we want this change to take root, to actually manifest tangibly in our lives. We want to imagine it into reality. So here are the questions that Miranda recommends that we sit with. Question number 1, what do I feel I need to do differently? What do I feel I need to do differently? So you can write these down and come back to them and journal. Let's journal after we sign off together. Question number 2. What do I feel needs to change and how? What do I feel needs to change and how? Question number 3. What would the outcome be like? How would I feel? What would the outcome be like? How would I feel? And lastly, do I feel committed to this change? Do I feel committed to this change? And if not, is it the right change? If not, is it the right change? And what could I change to make it feel right? If not, is it the right change? And what could I change to make it feel right? Okay, so let me find you all. Could you come back? Oh, here? All right. So I'll copy and paste the questions into the chat below, and we'll also email you those questions. I would love to welcome you to journal this evening. It's almost the end of the year. We have literally one day left. So let's, after we eat something, drink some hot tea, close the virtual circle here today. I invite you to journal with these questions. I'm definitely going to do it. And if you want to share any of your musings with us, feel free to, once you journal, I invite you to journal with pen and paper. Come back and share your reflections with us. I'd love to hear. Okay. So thank you so much for all your deep sharing. I really appreciate that some of you really dig deep into your hearts, into your wombs, into your souls, and share with us here. As Tabitha says, this is a safe place, and we share all kinds of questions, celebrations, losses, and hold sacred space with all of us as we awaken heart and womb and yoni in our connection to all of us. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me this year and all the full moons that have come before and all the full moons that will come after. Our circle is now open, but always unbroken. And today, as we tied that beautiful cord together, I think of all of our energies tied together. So literally, the circle is never broken. And thank you so much again to all of you for being here with me, to sharing and celebrating in the last full moon of 2020 in the Worldwide Womb Blessing energies. I'm sending you lots of love and blessings for the year ahead. And I look forward to seeing you under the full moon in January, which is the Wolf Moon. So bye for now. Keep exchanging comments, conversations. I love the connections that get made here and the conversations. So thank you so much for sharing, April, Kathleen, and all of you who are here with us today. Blessings and bye for now.